Oh.
What's up? Are you coming?
Yeah.
Welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Stacy.
I'm done.
That's Doug. Oh, here he is. Splunk. Are you going to get a flamingo again?
Of course.
He's going to float around the pool the whole time. Oh, Lord. Tonight's episode is episode 69. Did you make sure we're live on all the platforms?
Yes.
Including your own?
Including my own.
You're
baby.
public?
I am public.
Okay. So we see that there's two of you watching, but we don't know who you are. So anyway, what we do is a live interactive podcast every night and Monday through Friday and holidays. And it's interactive. So if you're here, you should comment.
And it's
because
poolside.
you'll be part. Well, it's pool. I'm poolside. Doug's in
You're
pool.
in. I am pool top. I'm atop the pool. In my floating.
First time Doug's ever been atop in his life. That's not true. You can be a top if you want.
I don't know what any of that means.
So episode 69, and I was gonna have
sexy episode.
I wanted to have Billy from Peru come on and talk about sex.
That would have been amazing.
I know, but Billy had plans tonight because Billy would have told you all about being a top, a bottom, a side, a left, a right. I don't even know. He has had a very interesting life, and I love him. Actually, I love everybody, but I really love Billy. I have like a little crush on him, like a straight lady gay guy crush. Like he's like, I don't even know. I just love him. He's fun. I generally love the gays though. I think they're a good
Gays are
time.
terrific.
Some of my favorite people are the gays. So there you go.
Except for that Freddie Mercury fella.
I am mildly concerned with Freddie Mercury. First of all, very much dead.
I'm gonna be cantankerous old man. Doesn't like gay people.
Okay, well, first of all, you are a cantankerous old man.
Well,
second of all,
how many alarms do you have on your phone? Look at this.
I
You have an alarm for
1,
7,
2, 3,
11,
4, 5.
3:30, and 6 a.m.
No, 6 a.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. The 7 o'clock one is to remind me. It's like the very latest I can get up. And if I get up at 7, I still have time to meditate and do Wim Hof because we do Wim Hof and meditation.
Like a wave.
And then but I prefer to get up at 6. If I get up at 6, I can get everything done. Unless I wake up like I did this morning with the world's worst fucking migraine.
It's not good.
My hair is crazy. No wonder people think I'm nuts. What is this?
It's all right. Nobody's watching at the moment.
See, this is what happens. Nobody watches.
Last night,
I have
great
like
episode. It goes like this. It goes, great episode. Nobody shows up. Great episode.
I don't know, but I just got the bill for Streamcast, and I'm like, I'll put like a month of like promoting it, and if we don't get like 20 viewers a night, then I'm gonna stop.
You guys are on.
We're gonna have to stop.
You guys have been warned.
Well, there's no one to warn.
Oh,
no one gives
true.
a shit. So what I was looking for was I was going to see if
I think I want to be floating around in this pool doing a podcast. You're crazy.
It sucks because like there's people that
there's people that really enjoy the podcast.
That was 68. I don't know if you really went live, babe.
Sure
live 67, honey.
I look. It's under video. Or under
Hands
live.
here. Yay. I was just going to check
Yay.
YouTube. But you've got me paranoid about checking YouTube all the time now. So YouTube comments are coming through. So we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I've never actually tried Twitter, but I don't have Twitter on my phone. And the laptop, we brought only one laptop poolside. Let's take the more expensive brand new laptop and put it right next to the pool.
There's not a cloud in the sky. I don't
Yeah, but
see
what
any
if I have
meteors.
what if I have like a fit, like a seizure, and and I shake too much, and like all the gets on the computer and gets what? And incidentally, I'm not making fun of seizure people. That's happened. And herein lies the problem. When I have a seizure, I want to get fucked. And Doug is not going to want to fuck me if you guys are watching.
That is true. That is true.
He's already got one person telling him what he needs to do and how to do it and talking way too much. Could you imagine him trying to hit all the comments the whole time?
No. No.
It is episode 69.
Episode 69.
I find a 69 to be ridiculously overrated. I have no interest in it. Thank you.
We have a special guest tonight, Mr. Brian Adams, who sang the song "Summer of '69."
Okay, we don't have any
He's from
special
Canada.
guests.
I
tried to get a special guest.
Don't show those.
I tried to find. I tried. To,
no.
what?
Yeah, you can't do that.
What can I not do?
You're showing a lot of side action, and
I just have to put my hair up.
Yeah.
Why is it see-through?
It's completely see-through. It's like comically see-through. Like
See,
the makers of tracing paper are trying to get that level of see-through.
Hang on, I can't.
You're gonna take a picture, and it's gonna be on the screen.
No, I'm gonna look at it on my phone.
Okay. All right.
I can't look at things.
The owners of glass, the inventors of glass, looked at that shirt that while it's wet and want that level of transparency. The owner of air, the inventor of air, looked at that shirt.
Okay. For $19.99, you can have a picture.
Yeah, $20. Yeah,
I'll give you that picture for $20. It's actually not a bad picture. I may make that my Facebook profile picture. It might be my best picture yet.
And that's not even that flattering of a picture.
I think no, it's not a flattering picture. I don't even know what I look like. Oh my god. Oh, Todd, I made it. I need my family pics. Actually, it was so cute. Todd this morning, or is it? I think it was this morning. He said that we're more than friends. We're all family, and it is. We are a very strange, little dysfunctional family.
I think the key word is dysfunction because everybody's got something.
I don't know. I feel like, see, I don't like that you don't have IM on your computer, and maybe I should get my computer out at the same time. But Charlie's been having trouble sticking to his routine, and
Shocker. Charlie.
Well, it's not everyone will speak graphically about their sexual experiences in honor of episode 69, but I feel like Charlie would, and which is why I went with Billy, because I felt like Billy would.
Oh, Billy would have been.
But anyway, the point is that Todd is here, and he considers us all to be family.
Which it's weird when you talk about your family.
I kind of had like plans of like designs on setting up some of the people that watch the podcast, like as little couples. And the problem is, if we're family, then suddenly we're like family.
Yeah, maybe it makes it more attractive to some of these weirdos.
You know, I realized about inbreeding.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't have a problem with inbreeding. If you want to inbreed, as long as you're consenting adults and whatnot. But it's like swinging. I don't have any interest in doing it myself, but I'm very curious about it. I want to know every detail. I'm a little curious about incest. I'm a little curious.
No interest in that at all.
Well, like my grandparents. Yes, my grandparents had a semi-incestuous relationship.
What do you mean semi? They were first cousins.
Okay, so they were first cousins.
I rest my case.
So my grandparents had what I would consider to be a semi-incestuous relationship. And the only reason I would say it was semi-incestuous is because when you say that my grandparents had an incestuous relationship, it implies that I am inbred. And while I have many, many, many flaws, being inbred is not on the list. You see, my grandfather had been married to my biological grandmother. Her name was Carol, and she has since passed away. And that did not go well for anyone. I don't know much about my grandmother, my biological grandmother, but what I heard was not good. My grandfather back in the day was a big old drunk. And fortunately, when he passed, he was 31 years sober. So proud of him. And he helped so many people. And anyway, in 1976, he pulled up to a house and saw the most beautiful girl he'd ever seen. And it was my grandmother. He said, I'm going to marry her.
What was your grandmother at the time?
Well, it's ended up being his wife, Lucy, who I call my grandmother. And they were, as it turns out, first cousins.
They never were very happy for
they were time. Very, very well. They were unhappy briefly when my grandfather was a drunk and my grandmother had to kick him out on his ass, and then he got sober. Thank God. Yeah. Thank God for Lucy. Let me just tell you, that woman's she was a saint. She was a saint and she was adorable. She had really bad arthritis, and so like her hands, like rheumatoid, were sideways, and I called her claw hands.
That's not nice.
And then I would tell her, I said, Grandma, when Grandpa's pissing you off, just give him the finger and say fuck you. But she goes like this, fuck you, Ron, because her finger would be sideways.
Our grammar school principal, Mr. Kowalski, he had that same deal, and he would like, you there, over there. I'm like, Like you have no idea he's pointing to.
It's like you shouldn't make fun of it, but like I make fun of all of my little disability things, like my fucking seizures for one, my phantom pains, my made up disease, the fact that I cannot shit, like
made up disease. People make up languages.
Do you think my
any language I don't understand?
Do you think my grandmother's claw hands would provide her like a bonus if she was trying to like stimulate her G-spot or somebody else's?
Her own?
She didn't do any of that. I'm telling you. The woman didn't even know if she had an orgasm. It was the tragedy of my life.
I don't know. I think it's like anybody that loses a limb or whatever, they make do with what they have. So I'm
Let me tell you, this woman, my kids were terrified of her. I'd be like, you have to clean your room. And they're like, clean or Grandma Lucy clean? And I'd be like, Grandma Lucy's coming. And they'd be like, oh my God. We could clean the house for a month and the woman would still re-clean everything. Actually, Christmas one year, or was it Thanksgiving? I think it was Thanksgiving. It was between dinner and pie, and my dad is like, Lucy, I think there's some bugs in your light. She completely unset the table, set it down, cleaned the bugs, and then set the table again for dessert, which she was probably going to do anyway, but like still. So anyway, my grandfather is, a weirdo who's dead drunk, who is into his cousin, and my grandmother, also not my biological grandmother.
Your grandmother was down.
She was down with other people's children, because like other uncle children. I don't know how. I don't even know. Right, but it doesn't fork.
Is it any better?
How do I even?
Did they know each other when they were like kids, or did they see each other ever?
Tracy says I'm on break for a couple of minutes. He said he saw her and it was the most beautiful woman he'd ever seen.
So
maybe he hadn't seen her since they were little, or maybe he had. All I know is that when my grandmother was on her deathbed, I would take my grandfather for walks, and my grandfather told me that in fact he saw my grandmother. She was the most beautiful woman he'd ever seen, and they just happened, and he had to marry her, and they just happened to be cousins.
They just happened to be
cousins.
See, now I could see that if you have from a huge family. Lots of remarriages, things of that nature.
You
run into somebody, chances are. Whatever.
And the funny thing is, I was supposed to help my aunt this morning, but and it's so funny. I was helping my aunt with this insurance thing, and this morning I couldn't help her at all. I had such a migraine, and I had to finally my last resort is taking cannabis oil. That is my last resort. That means I've done everything I can think of that might possibly relieve the symptoms that I'm currently having, be it nausea or vertigo or pain's the biggest one, anxiety, PTSD. I have flashbacks, whatever I'm dealing with, but the biggest one is usually pain. So I don't want to take it. I do everything else I can. And so I'd say, I don't know what, out of 10 times I use cannabis oil, it's probably 8 times for pain, 9 times for nausea, and 1 time for something else. Sleep or anxiety or makes it's Thanksgiving funnier. And you just found out on the internet that your daughter got her doctorate. Well, news happens. To you. Hey, or you found out that happens. That she got engaged. This is how you find out. Yay. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is,
it's not the subject. I don't know. I'm not.
Why?
No, because you have AIDS.
That is not how AIDS is transmitted. A. B. I do not have AIDS. Oh, the neighbors have their camper again.
All right.
The neighbors have their camper again.
They're back.
I guess so.
I think they showed up today.
Our neighbors have a bougie camper. They pull in an old Dodge, and they live on the corner on the canal, and their house is very nice. Garage, I would prefer to live in that house than this house, but it's still in the same shitty neighborhood.
They have the uplights and stuff.
Our neighborhood, it's okay. We have some really nice neighbors, but some kid left their scooter on our front lawn, and it was left there for a week or whatever. And we just figured the kid would eventually come back for. We have no idea whose it is.
Never came back, so I propped it up against the mailbox post. And some guy took it for scrap metal.
And there have been shopping carts on our street. It's just ghetto. It's just ghetto.
Florida is weird like that. You'll have decent house, horrible house, okay house, decent house, nice house, crappy house, construction zone. So, self-storage.
It's so funny because right now you and I are in an interesting, and I'm kind of all over the place, but sorry. I mean, we can talk about my grandparents' incestuous relationships some more if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, so my grandfather was a drunk who was into cousins.
Yeah.
And
Mature porn.
oh, he enjoyed mature porn, and he had Alzheimer's when he died. And he was seeing little green men. It wasn't good, and I wanted to help, and I couldn't. I was gonna have him come live with us.
Couldn't even go visit him.
Oh my! I can't even tell you. I was gonna have him come live with us, and he like peed in the trees at the house that we were the summer tree house.
Oh.
It's a whole thing. They had no idea we were coming, and there were 6 of us. It was a whole thing. Anyway, my grandfather. Oh, my grandmother was she had little crooked hands because of her
arthritis. Right?
Because of her arthritis. She thinks that she had an orgasm. I told her that she would know, and my grandfather told me this delightful story while my grandmother was on her deathbed. So she died shortly after. We've all talked about how I killed my grandmother. That you might need to watch that episode if you missed it.
But we're talking about how you and I were in a different weird position.
Oh, about living. Estate. So living somewhere. So of course we have the ongoing fantasy that we will win the lottery. We have not won the lottery.
Not
so. That's disappointing. Because there's so many things. Like I would love to renew our wedding vows. Our 10-year anniversary is coming up. That was originally the plan, was to just do something, but we'll probably just do it on the podcast for you guys.
We'll keep doing this. Yeah. Okay. Click. I hope it's more romantic.
Maybe we can find like some restaurants that'll be like, oh, it's your 10-year anniversary, and they'll like buy us dinner. I mean, just like go around town and be like, yeah, it's our 10-year anniversary. We're broke. Give us free stuff.
Well, last year we were supposed to
never get anything free.
Your birthday at
we pay
the
for
Mad
everything.
Hatter.
We pay for everybody else. Yeah, we were supposed to spend my birthday at the Mad Hatter, but I was sick as a dog, so we couldn't go. And you know what happened? A hurricane washed it away.
Destroyed it. They
I have
found
a whole
out that
sleeve
the
of Alice in Wonderland tattoos.
And this place is an Alice in Wonderland themed restaurant.
You know what you should go is get something from the pile of debris for me.
That's gone now.
The debris was there last week.
All right, let's go.
Maybe on Saturday. We'll go steal some
if I'm going to get anything from Sanibel, I'm going to find that signed Babe Ruth baseball that's floating around out there somewhere.
Hello? Oh, Lizard. Is that your friend?
Oh, hang on. Where is he? Oh, I got to go. I got to go see if this is him.
Run. To belt him across the pool. So the weird position that his little lizard's been missing, and he's been very upset. Oh, honey, there's a little baby. Look at the little baby on the 3rd pole.
On the what? Over there?
Nope. Look to your right, to the 4th pole, little tiny one.
Oh, yeah. He's been living here for a couple days.
So we have lizards in our pool area, and Doug has a favorite one that he talks to every day. If it's your friend, he's not going to run away.
Hey, buddy. Get up, buddy. Where's Buddy? No,
I think he's having like some sort of racial war between the dark and light-skinned lizards. He's telling the one lizard he's too dark.
What'd you do?
But he's about the same size. What does that even mean? Huh? You're over there talking to the lizards about the color of their skin, you fucking racist. All of you Democrats, racist. Oh, yeah, it's rude. I'm joking, and you know that. Do you know how many times I've been called a racist in the last few years?
Shoe fits.
I'm sorry. Do you think I'm a racist?
No, I don't think you're racist. I think you're a nut.
Yeah, my friend Mick said today he didn't know how to describe it, so I sent him the video of you with the American flag screaming USA.
USA.
The video
after the hurricane, I went inside and ran down the street.
It's in the intro video. USA. Then I sent him the video of us dancing to Polish music.
Yeah, I know, that wasn't that great.
It wasn't that great, but it was funny. And then the 3rd video I sent was you going off the ramp.
The
tractor, because our friend Mick is having a self-proclaimed midlife crisis, and he's going to hike through the United States. So of course, I'm his American authority, and I told him that he wants to hang out with rednecks. And then we had a whole conversation about the difference between rednecks and hillbillies, which is what got me going on incest today.
Oh, very good. I came up with something today.
Todd is laughing his head off.
Todd is laughing his head off.
What?
I'm gonna go get a job selling cars, and then I'm gonna change my name to Hotcake because nobody sells like Hotcake. I'm gonna be selling BMWs in the valley.
You've been getting into my weed. Did you get into my weed?
Nothing sells like Hotcake.
Did you get into my drugs?
No, I did not. Just be careful with your see-through transparent shirt. And
I looked at I was like, okay, I just want to make sure you
yeah.
can't see
I got a
anything.
little low. That's why I got down from my.
If this were 5 years ago, you'd be able to see my nipples right now. But
no,
they were
you're
pretty
fine,
perky.
baby.
They're
You're
not as perky as they used to be.
I'm a 57-year-old man. I can't handle perky.
Todd loves your hotcakes idea. Jesus, or Tracy loves your hotcakes idea. Jesus Christ, Tracy.
Nobody sells
thought
like
you were
hotcakes.
my friend. Do not encourage.
I think it should be hot cakes.
Hey, oh, did you hear today? Did you hear what happened? What happened? What happened?
What's going on with the job? Oh my God. Oh wait, I hope she isn't at her actual job and people just heard that she's interviewing for a job. We're sorry.
Well, I just want to know that she got it, and if she doesn't,
we're gonna celebrate for that.
If she didn't get it, I'm gonna. What the fuck?
What the hell, Kevin?
That's bullshit. Something better will come along.
Was it a remote thing or was it?
It was a remote thing.
Yeah.
Well, or that was what the original
dumbasses
concern was. I think it's so stupid that companies are making people go back to the office. People are realizing that they get so much more, and what they don't realize is you work more. That you actually end up working more with when you work remote. Like you don't take breaks. Yeah. You don't talk to people around the water cooler.
Some people do. Some people go and have, go do their shopping and their ironing and stuff like that. But
yeah, well, you don't. When you go to the office, I talk to you more and see you more than when you're at home.
I miss you. That's why.
And Michelle says very true.
Yeah.
She said it was hybrid. They wanted people to come in. I work way more from home. Yeah, it's so fucking stupid.
Especially when they're in Minneapolis.
But honestly, it's like what value do you place on your employees? You want them to spend, I don't know, how long do people spend commuting? Like if you're
at least an hour each way.
And here's the thing. Like let's say you work for an agency in New York City. How much would they have to pay you for us to be able to afford in New York City? Probably $400,000.
Oh, geez, I don't even know. I mean, to live in New York City?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But
that's why all these companies are coming up with different zones. Like if you live in a certain zone, they'll pay you less if you live in a certain for remote work.
Who the hell knows? But like the bottom line is, it presents an opportunity for companies to have a cost savings in terms of office space, to have a cost savings in terms of the cost to employ people, because you can pay them less if they're living in Kentucky than if they're living in Manhattan. It improves employee morale. And I don't know, like then when there's another lockdown of sorts, we don't have to go through this all over again. Everybody's all set up for it.
I just saw a thing about how cities are having a complete meltdown because nobody's buying up office space.
Well, and of course they're all friends, right? So the real estate investment firms are also the same people that invest in these companies, and they're saying we need commercial space rented out. Well, maybe that's why we need to rent a business. Somebody's smoking weed. I smell it. Tracy says I was a social butterfly when I was in the office. Oh, this one too. Plus, I would stop in with snacks for everybody. How I didn't meet you is beyond me, because I would go in with snacks.
I would go upstairs at least once a week and say hello to people. See David Kelly in his office. Danielle.
You missed this guy.
Everybody.
Tracy has applied for 2 other positions today. I promise you the right position is coming. Same is true for my husband. I didn't miss the social aspect because I really hate people. I love you, Tracy.
See,
the problem is she has so many people living in her house.
What's that?
She has all these people living in her house.
Yeah,
so no matter where she goes, she's stuck with people.
With
Maybe she should get a job in Antarctica.
No,
thought.
It's too
less
cold.
People.
So here's
She lives in Massachusetts. Pretty cold there.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say.
No polar bears.
Offices are good for snacks, gossip.
Oh my God.
Think
every time he would come home with consumer medical gossip, I'd be like, "Who told you that?" And what is their source? What do you know yourself?
I think Tracy's gay. I think that Tracy is gay. That was gossip.
She was
that wasn't
upstairs. Gossip. I still brought. Yeah. I went to upstairs. I don't know. And she barricaded herself in her room, and I didn't pee to avoid people. Hear me out, Tracy. The way to avoid people is to go pee
and just stay in there
on yourself.
Oh.
You pee on yourself. That's what they tell you to do if a guy's trying to rape you. Is to pee.
That's right. I've heard that. Yeah.
Just saying, pee.
Unless the guy's
they'll leave you alone.
Pee and then
there should be that lady in the corner who pees herself, and then they can't get rid of her because they're like, she's gonna sue us for her disability. Yeah. That's what you do, Tracy. You pee on yourself. Make sure you get some like moisture wicking fabric,
Moisture
so
wicking.
it wicks the pee away from you and onto your colleagues.
And you get one of those absorbent, like they're advertising the new, it's like a piece of stone for your bath mat. Just get that, put that under it. Supposedly sucks up all the liquid that you drip from the shower and that. But Tracy, we should kibitz on the experience of working at Consumer. We should make like yes. We should have like a consumer, because like the things that happen.
Kibitz?
Kibitz.
I don't think that's a word.
It's a Yiddish word.
No, I think you mean
you're racist. You don't know Yiddish word.
Kafetch. It's kafetch.
No, look it up. Look it up right now.
I don't look up Yiddish.
I'm gonna look it up.
Well, cahoots is working together with someone. Kibetz means like to speak with them about the same. Do you want me to hand you your phone, or are you going to fall?
I'm going to try and get my phone.
Get your brand new laptop soaking wet. P.S. My laptop's not charging, so there's that.
No, your laptop's.
My laptop's fine. Okay. And Tracy said I would do that just despite people. It is a word, Stacy. Which is the word though? Cahoots, kibetz, kibitz.
Kibitz dictionary. Look on and offer unwelcome advice.
But I think so. Maybe different people pronounce it differently. Because I've heard it as kvetz.
Kvetch is a different thing. Kvetz. Oh, maybe it's
but it might be just the way that it's pronounced around me. All I know is I've been called the Neshugata girl, and also a shiksa. I have to go back to stupid work. Think about it this way: at least you get to hug puppies.
Yeah, I guess kvetch. She was kvetching about her crummy existence.
Yeah, see, kvetching. I would rather be with you. I would much rather you be with me, and you could cuddle me like a puppy.
Like a puppy.
My feet do not smell like Fritos, but I could get some Fritos and rub them on my feet if you're into that.
But you're not putting a rubber band around my balls.
Oh, there's a website called Her. I might join.
What is that?
It's to find lesbian lovers.
Like on the down low?
No. It's like,
are there down low lesbians? That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, there are. Okay. Oh yeah, there are.
We know one. She doesn't really watch podcasts, but we're not going to say her name. Okay, go ahead.
What's that?
What were you saying?
I was saying like because I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of down low men, but I don't know how many down low ladies there are.
Well, the thing is,
need to be.
Here is the thing, and I was actually thinking about this today, is that within the gay community, hang on a second. Tracy said, I can't hug puppies. I got pink eye. Oh, pumpkin. She's laughing her ass off. I don't know if you should laugh about pink eye. Yes, there are. Oh yeah, there's so this
anybody we know.
She says, I love you. Yeah. I love you guys. Yes, there's somebody we know.
I know we know somebody. I don't know. Tracy and I might know somebody from the
There's
office.
Lots of lesbians on the down low, lots of gay men on the down low. Here is my issue.
What's your issue?
I'm a 90s child, and back then you could not shake a stick without a safe sex ad. Like you, not even your dick. Like you couldn't shake a stick. There would be a safe sex ad would pop up, and it would be like, this week on a very special episode of Blossom.
Blossom.
90210 must have had 90210 episodes about AIDS. Like it's just AIDS, and protecting against AIDS. And then it was like, okay, well, we kind of forgot about AIDS because people weren't really dying of AIDS anymore. But in the gay community, my gay friends, I'd say 60% have AIDS.
Wow. I just wanted to say that there was a very special Blossom where she gets to talk about a necessity for a flange.
No, I mean, this is way better than Blossom. It's the 2024 version. Tracy says she loves us guys. And we might, laughing my ass off, we might know someone. And she says, good night to us. So, okay. So hear me out. If I think that if you are having a relationship with a new partner for the first time, you should
don't trust anybody.
Ask them for a copy of their last AIDS test.
A copy of it.
And how many partners they've had since. Like literally like, okay, we've met, we want to fuck, let's get AIDS tested, let's fuck. If I was a gay man, that's what I would do.
I think that's so rampant. I think that's good.
But here's the other fucking thing. Here's the other fucking thing.
Let me see your papers, lady.
Here's the other fucking thing. I personally know of at least one HIV positive gay prostitute who has sex with married men. I don't know how often.
You know Magic Johnson.
It's bareback, but these wives are at risk.
Yeah. Especially on the DL.
And of course, but you know, you've got your IV drug users, but I mean, unfortunately, as it is that AIDS is been pretty cruel to the gay community. So I'm gonna stick with going on her because I feel like my risk is lower, and
Let me know how you do with it, and you can put
there's
that
the
picture that you
possibility
took.
of lesbian bed death, which means I don't have to do any more work. And I've got a Jeep, so there's that. I mean, I can't drive a Subaru. I can't do that in good conscience. But and I have those little seizures. I don't have
You'd
a flashing.
be a fantastic.
I think I
for
would be a good
any
lesbian.
lover of any gender.
Oh, I think you. So would you. I think you would be even better for boys.
You think I'd be better for boys? I have a terrible gag reflex. I can't even brush my teeth without gagging. Oh, it's crazy.
But he can tongue your asshole from across the room. So there's that.
There's that, folks. If you want that, go on the other side.
You're gonna show them. You're gonna show them.
We don't.
Show them your tongue.
No, we don't need that.
Show them
I think
your
I
tongue.
did that the other night, and I'm sorry for
Gene Simmons. But you won't show it to people. It's so weird. I have to pull out pictures and show strangers. I do. I show strangers in stores. I'm like,
oh, we went to a party, and I had gone in the house to get some food or something, and I come out, and this girl's passing me going in. She goes, "Oh, you're Stacey's husband, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, you have to show me something later," and I'm like, I knew exactly what it was, and I don't think I showed them either.
I showed them the picture.
Oh, well, that's good enough. That's good enough. So so would you have a would you pull in like a nickname or something? You can't do that, baby.
Oh, sorry.
That's not okay.
Good catch. Did you catch it in time?
No, I didn't. You're welcome, Todd.
We're sorry. Todd can't see. Poor Todd.
He could see that. Men are trained.
I don't know. I'm sorry, America.
Boop, boop. Censored.
Okay, I'm a little high, and I just saw I can't hug puppies. I got pink eye, and I read it as huge puppies.
I can't huge puppies. I can't huge puppies.
No, I read it as just huge puppies.
What about huge puppies with pink
I was
eye?
like, oh my god, people could see my tits because it said huge puppies. I thought they were referring to my
they're
tits.
talking about that. All right,
It's
so
huge puppies.
if you do this
But what?
lesbian conversion,
2-point conversion, yeah.
whatever, and would you adopt like a cutesy nickname? What would you do?
No,
like what photos of yourself would you put? Would you?
Oh God,
I'm
so gross. I wouldn't put any pictures of
Would you
myself. I would
put-
be like, I'm gonna wear a bag over my head.
I wonder if anybody's ever done that. Put a bag over their head for all their online dating profile. That would be. I would go out with that girl because at least she's being real. She's like, yeah, I'm nothing to look at. So there's that. So I think that would be funny. What I never liked in the dating profiles?
What?
Girls with pictures of Red Sox caps on. I'm like,
I had one Red Sox hat.
I don't need to see.
I had a Red Sox hat picture.
Yeah, not in my profile.
Yes, I did.
Probably deleted it.
The first one was
There's a picture of you and the bear at Bass Pro going like that. Picture of you looking at hardware at Target or somewhere like that.
Target. It was the day I bought my drill, and it was actually so funny because it wasn't even my drill; it was the drill bit set that you argued with me was yours for the longest time. I'm like, no, I have a picture of me buying it. Here's a picture of me buying it.
I argue with you that it doesn't exist anymore, and I since bought another one.
And how long did we have my drill for? And how did my drill get melted? You melt a lot of stuff.
What, that battery powered thing?
You have melted a lot of stuff. How many Pyrex lids?
Couple. At least one. I don't know about more than that.
Oh, way more than that.
I think one.
One since we got here?
But that drill was on a
half of my 3/4 of my Pyrex lids are melted.
How can I be responsible for
Don't put it on a heat pipe.
I didn't put it on a heat pipe. Probably just fell on a heat pipe. Why does there always have to be a bad guy with you?
It not always has to be a bad guy with me, but
why have to be a bad guy with
but
hot cake?
I believe hot cake is about to get flipped on its hot ass, or lack thereof a hot ass.
It's hot about my ass. Nothing.
There's nothing there. There's nothing to be hot.
Hot about my ass.
Legs
go to
meet at
Taco
the top,
Bell.
and it's like literally like, see right where the two knuckles meet. There's like a butthole right there.
It's like
There's a butthole right there. That's it. That's all there is. Just legs. I don't even know how he's talking about. Todd says paper or plastic. Are you talking about my boobs?
No, I'm talking about a girl with a bag over her head.
Oh, well, I'm shooting for plastic.
I'm gonna go. I'm going paper because it's better for the environment.
I do have that oven roasting bag in the other room. Doug doesn't want me to wear it, so whatever. I meant paper. Ann says, I lived next door to a guy who always dressed up in a toga and always put a bag over his head.
Toga.
I like it.
Wait, why did he put a bag over his head?
Maybe
I don't get the connection between that and the toga. I think you're either the toga guy or you're the bag over the head guy. I don't think you're both.
Okay.
I don't think you should be both. Then you're toga bag guy, and that's too much.
All I know is that there was an episode of Nip Tuck where he fucked a chick with a bag over her head. And he like showed up and he's like, "Oh, I want you to put that on." And he put this paper bag on the table. And she goes in the bag and she's like, "There's nothing in here." And he's like, "Yeah, put the bag over your head." And he fucks her with the bag over her head.
That's pretty demeaning.
And then she went back for more.
Well, that's what ladies do. I don't know what it is. Ladies like to be like
not this lady.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
He had a paper brown bag over his head when he moved out. He was weird.
Maybe it was Whitey Bulger. Maybe he was hiding from
Whitey Bulger wasn't hiding from anybody.
You can't go anywhere.
Well,
you can't. No, you really can't because you're gonna.
I just want to do a little lapsy.
All right, she's gonna do a lapsy, and you're gonna see.
No, I feel tight.
Titty. I don't know how to talk to people. I'm shy. I am shy.
You have been trying to tell me there's a lizard, but he's on the outside.
Yeah. Well, so anyways, all right. So we have this lizard. He's lived here since at least March. He used to live in the railing, and he's been around, and he was here every day. I talked to him every day, and you could walk right up to him. He didn't care. He was like our little. I called him buddy. He's our lizard buddy. Well, 3 days ago, he was kind of not fighting, but he was posturing with one that lives on the outside, which I think is the one here. And no more lizard buddy. I don't know where lizard buddy went. He might have got out and didn't want to come back in.
Lost a fight with another lizard?
No, I think he got out and he's like, you know what? I need more territory. This is Doug's territory because it's his pool and it's his lady's pool and and all that. So I don't know. I don't know where he's going to get a better deal than this deal right here. Are you wearing she's wearing a tiny flamingo bra. Yeah, like there it is right there. That's my wife. This is what all little boys dream of.
Having a podcast?
A wife that wears an inflatable flamingo bra.
I don't know about that. Oh, so we were talking about how we're in a difficult spot. Because we would love to win the lottery and buy a fancy house.
Yeah.
But we would also love to have a commune. And we also want to do some charity
I'm not so
stuff.
sure about the commune.
Then
I would like some sort of like little homestead. I don't know about commune.
So there's this problem that we have, and it is that we're poor. And our lease is up in November. Who knows what's going to happen to them? Last time we talked to them, they were like, "Hey, do you want to buy the house? We'll hold the note." We're like, "No, we don't want to live here. We starve because
here. It's just
we don't want to own this house."
Well, the house is. Yeah,
the house isn't the problem. If the house was 2 blocks back, I'd be fine with it.
The house was $200,000. Oh, okay, maybe.
Our neighborhood has gone ghetto. There are shopping carts occasionally on our street.
I think that's what happened. You went.
No,
bougie.
I have never lived on a street where well, I did, but that's beside the point. But I don't want to live on a street for $2,200 a month that has shopping carts in front of it.
All right. Those
do you know that there was a hostage situation?
Well, things happen. Things happen. You live in a city. This is a big city.
There's been excitement on our street
before we lived here.
Yeah, well, there hasn't been any since we got here
because we're the calming force. I am all things to all people. The worst that you're having on the street now is a Razor scooter left behind and a couple of shopping carts months ago, and now all good. I bring peace to the region.
There's some stuff that goes on in our neighborhood that. Same.
All I'm saying is I am the calming force anywhere I go.
I don't know if that's true because I've been married to you for 10 years and I've seen evidence to the contrary.
You haven't calmed down a goddamn bit.
Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
You've calmed down from where you were?
Yeah.
Only because you're sick. If you weren't sick, you wouldn't be calm. But I have calmed you down. So you're not all, I need dick.
You have not calmed me down and I do not get as much dick as I would like. So I don't know what to tell you. I
don't think it's possible to get.
I don't want to go off screen, but you're like.
All right, I'll go over here then.
See, I have to sit up a certain height.
Yeah.
But I have to be like above the Doug and Stacy. Somehow stay on screen, not go too low, not go too high.
That's right. Well, I'm not the one wearing the transparent shirt.
I don't care if they see my boobies.
I do.
It's fine.
Cost me money.
How does it cost you money?
I gotta feed you.
Okay.
Hot cake coming at you. With
Hot
finger
cake
guns.
is gonna get.
Hot cake with the finger guns. All right. We're gonna sell you a Beamer. We're gonna sell you a Beamer with a hot cake.
Look, it has a flange. I tried to put it up his butt. Mm.
Get out of my flange area.
It has a flange on it. It's okay if it goes up your butt. Oh, look. It's a squirter.
What's that?
He's a squirter. What are you doing over there?
I'm just, I don't know. Can you put that flange down, please? I'm not coming back until the flange is away.
I put the flange away.
All right.
No more flange.
Coming. Yeah, where's the flange now? It's within reach. It's between your titties.
It's not between my titties. What are you talking about? Okay, this is boring for these poor people.
It really is. I mean, well, we had some good banter going there for a while.
I don't know. Maybe.
Cousins. Grandparents.
Anne says, Doug, you're livelier in the pool. I think you are right about that. See, look, I'm off the screen.
What are you talking about?
I'm off the screen.
Why are you off? You're on the screen.
Because I'm always trying to leave room for you, and then I'm off and I'm on, and I'm off and I'm on.
So it's my problem. I'm coming back. Here I come. It's like zooming in. It's like Hitchcock. All right. What's in your hand?
Okay.
Now. Oh, let's see. Where's the pool thermometer?
I'm gonna have 5 margaritas and peg him.
I will beat you. Where is it? You have it. I see it. It's in your nether region. Get away from me.
But there's 5 margaritas. I
We're gonna
So
get ticketed by the.
That is what
HOA.
happens around here. So I guess I don't know. You could call that a skit. That's what we do.
It was fantastic, baby. Get out of here with that thing.
Flange. I don't know what is wrong with me.
I do.
So if you're not watching this, I've basically been chasing my husband around with a pool thermometer that is shaped like a turtle, but when you flip it over, it's like an anal probe with a flange on the bottom. So if you can't see what's happening now, you know. That's what I've been doing on the podcast tonight. And it is 8:44. There's 7 people here. I don't know what these 7 people are here for.
They're here for hot cake. Those are sales leads for hot cake.
What do people want to talk about? What do you have?
Huh?
What do they want to talk about? I want to know if they tell us what they want to talk
Oh,
about.
I came up with a word
I did have
today.
some notes, but then I was sick all day. So go ahead, what?
I had a word. I invented a word today in addition to my hot cake persona.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus on the cross.
Herigin. I think it was between it was a cross between origin and heredity or something. It was your heritage. It was some sort of family thing. So anyways, we could talk about 69.
Oh, I have a few things to talk about.
And
so
famous 69 things.
Well, I just had a few notes for today. So I wanted to talk about I don't know why it says eat ass, but that's on my list of things to talk about. But how do you feel about 69? And how do the viewers feel about 69? Is it something that you enjoy? Is it something that you find to be ridiculously overrated and stupid? Douglas?
Overrated. I wouldn't call it stupid, but it's
overrated. Okay, but if you had a choice between either A, getting a blowjob, B, a 69, or C, eating pussy, which would you pick?
A.
And what would be your second choice?
C, I think. Yeah.
Oh, so you would go blowjob?
Yeah, I would not. I don't.
So you just want to know what's in it for you, is what you're talking about?
No, I went C because I skipped over B, which was 69.
No,
and then,
yeah, B was. Oh, so okay, you're right. Sorry. So you would rather eat pussy than 69?
Well, it's one of the same.
You know that there's a fairly good chance that if you eat pussy, you're going to come in some way, shape, or form.
Probably, yes. I don't know
why
we talk about these
At least
things.
in this house.
Why are we talking about these things?
It's episode 69.
These are private things.
It's episode 69.
Okay. All right.
But have you ever gone down on me and not gotten?
Probably not.
some sort of
I-
release of your own?
To be quite honest, I've had sex with
Mhm.
you while you're asleep, but I didn't know she was asleep because all the right things were happening. And actually, I think it was 2 times. And then in the morning, I was like a triumphant, like,
I had no idea what he was talking about.
and I'm like, don't you remember? I did some of my
Narcolepsy.
best work, and there was good stuff happening.
And I've also woken up and been like, did we have sex last night? And you're like, no. So that's what narcolepsy will do for you.
Yeah.
Anne says it's overrated big time. And Todd says all of the above, which I think means I
wants
would
all
like
3 of
anything. Just please,
Yeah.
someone have sex with me. Which I don't know. I don't know where we're going to find someone. He's very selective. I was gonna have Doug do it.
I'm not doing
100th episode special. Doug and Todd drink 5 margaritas.
No offense, Todd, but it's just not my thing. It's not my thing.
What if we had a 5 margaritas episode?
And drank 5 margaritas while
By
we're
the
on,
2 of
and
us,
then, like,
so it was like 2.5 margaritas. So it'd be
Uh,
5 margaritas total.
that's lame. You would have to do 5, like a 5. You would have, if you're gonna do 5 margaritas, you do 5 margaritas. But you don't do it in the pool because I'll pass out and I'll die and I'll drown, and that's my biggest fear. Well, it's not my biggest.
If
fear,
you're in the
but
flamingo, you'll be fine. You
pretty
could
big
like
fear.
literally sleep in the flamingo.
You know what? I was out here on this flamingo floating around, and an orca tried to sink my flamingo. I couldn't believe it.
I don't believe that.
Oh, that was the Mediterranean and yachts. There's like off the coast of Gibraltar, these things are going ape shit
Okay.
or orca shit, whatever they're doing.
So, what if we did a podcast when this is just me being high and like a spaz? Oh, lizard.
Wait,
He just went up the side. You don't have a very good eye for lizards.
no, I don't have my glasses or
I
lenses.
have the eye for the lizards. It's a gift at night. I can
You have
see them
contacts in.
during the dirt time.
You didn't have
Why
contacts
do
in,
you-
you couldn't see that computer screen. But
Once-
me, on the other hand, as I age, my eyes are getting slightly better.
We're gonna get back to this. Jeff
Uh-oh.
said when I was 25, it was great. Now that I'm about 2 weeks away from turning 58, I'm not that flexible. I would rather focus on what I'm doing. I would rather slob a knob than try to do that
my
while
That's my
I
wife.
can't. I need
Hey
to
Jeff, what are we
focus.
doing for your birthday? Well,
I have too much
let's do
ADD.
something. Come on.
I haven't even finished my
wait.
69 cents. What are you
Oh,
trying
okay,
to
all
tell
right, never
them?
mind, never mind.
I do find you both to be very attractive. However, that is not our jam. But if you guys are into that, we want to hear all about it.
Yeah, I want to hear everything.
The juicy details.
But I would say, well, in a couple weeks is also going to be your birthday.
Yeah.
Well, 3 weeks.
Well, first we have Wesley's birthday. Our Wesley is turning. Is he turning 28?
28.
Wes is turning
You
28.
believe that?
Wow.
I was 29.
And he
when
had a margarita.
When he was.
He had one margarita.
He did. He had a margarita the other night.
Only one though.
But I think it was at home, so I think they were ready for it. They had the
Well, they
support
were
system
ready
was
for
in
what?
place.
In case Wes like went wild and started doing like.
I remember one time, I think it was when he had
Headstands?
surgery. They gave him something, and he started cleaning the hospital like area, and it was hysterical. It was hysterical.
If Wes wants to clean our house, we will get him drunk. That's what it takes. I'll take anybody. If you want to clean my house, I will give you the booze. Okay, wait, hang on. So, Wesley had a margarita.
Yeah.
But he was home, so you don't think that he was at risk. But I'm telling you, my grandparents were first cousins, so you never know. Plus, was the game night? Because I know that.
I think it was West Nolan Casey. I think were there.
Oh, I know that they did something. I thought that it was
I think that's what he meant. Because I don't think he's had any game night things with his groups.
Oh, I don't know. So, and I know that they hung out. I know Nolan hung out with Casey and his friends. Nolan, you're gonna have to call me and give me an update as to what's going on in your life. And Wesley, you never tell me anything. Wes, when you get Wes on camera, he will tell me his life story.
He will. He was good.
But I'm like, he's unbelievable on camera. But if I want to talk to him, like, Wes, how's it going? I might get an answer like a week later. He hates me.
Indeed.
He really does. He hates me. He bought
doesn't hate
you a dad
you.
joke book, and he doesn't
Oh,
really
yeah,
text
that's
me
right.
that much. And I'm so proud of him, and I want to be his friend.
Maybe he's like me. He just like doesn't want to encourage you.
All by yourself. I'm singing a different song. It's Nobody Likes Me, Everybody Hates Me. Guess I'll go eat worms.
Good news, folks. The other
Short.
day, we're driving down the street and we see a toilet with a toilet seat on it. We wing around, we go.
Hang on. Doug didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Back to the contact lenses thing. Doug's eye doctor told him 3 years ago to wear one lens and get adjusted to it, and he would be fine. Do you know how many times he's done that? No. What he does is when he leaves the house, he puts one lens in.
Yeah.
Only when he leaves the house.
Yeah.
Only when he leaves the house.
I got no time for that. So,
so he has 300 lenses, by the way. He's never going to go to the eye doctor again.
She spies out of her little eye a toilet seat. So we wing around. It was right down the street here. We all excited.
So excited.
There's a toilet seat, but
wrong
then it
shape.
was the long shape. We don't have the long shape. We should have got it anyways, and then let people have their feet dangle.
I would. Oh my god, my grandmother's feet dangled when she was on the toilet. I have to use a squatty potty though. Speaking of funny things that we hear from our friends, Jeff is here and he says, "I'm game for just about anything. Not to be judgy at all. If that's your thing, I'm cool. I just don't see us as being swingers." I
don't know who does the laundry. I don't know.
I had to teach him the cheat code. It's the up, down, down, BA, select, start. Like it took him a while.
I'm not going to dollar.
It really didn't. He figured it out right away, which was kind of the best part. And then of course I love his penis. It's like the perfect one. So then of course now we're married and it's all like clockwork, but like not like clockwork. Like like clockwork. Like damn. Talk about it on the internet, which I have done. Many people have heard of the masterclass that my husband put on, and we do have a sex list. Would you like a copy of our sex playlist? Let me know.
That's right. We do.
I will send it to you. It's on Spotify. Jeff says I have no problem.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. This probably should not be on that list, but that's just my input.
When I'm happy and I know what I clap my thighs.
Oh,
I'm doing some white lady twerking down here, so you know. Anyway,
all right. So the Heskeths are out. They're not into that nonsense.
I have no problem with it all as a concept. I just don't see Lisa and I enjoying that type of relationship. No, but I'm fascinated by it. Like other people have told us about their, and we're like, wow. And who does the laundry? That's always Doug's question. Who does the laundry?
But it works. It probably works for some people, right?
Think about it this way. Okay, think about it this way. So in Scituate, where we moved from, well, kind of, we moved from Marshfield, but we lived in Scituate before that. It's the next town over. So in Scituate, there's a rumor that, and we know that it's true for at least some of the houses, that the people in the numbered streets are swingers. We know of at least 3 in that area. And it was funny because one of our friends was looking for a house, and we told him, "Well, you're gonna," and it was a rental.
You live on that street.
You're gonna have to be a swinger
with the game over here.
So we were talking about the Scarlet Oak and all of his lovely options there, and just neighborhood barbecues, whatever. And so he goes, "What did he do?" So he did not move there. So anyway, the rumor is that in those areas there are swingers. Not our bag, but we are fascinated by it. But here's the thing. Okay, so people we knew people that were involved in the swinging community in Scituate, and the wife was all upset because the husband was cheating on her. But they were swingers. But apparently, maybe he was having an emotional affair or something. I don't know. Maybe he was breaking the rules of their swinging. But then she was sleeping with somebody local, and whose family owns businesses in town, and her kid. 12 years old, walked in on them. Good. So how does that work? Because normal relationships have their issues. Even if people are completely honest, you fight and sometimes you get mad at each other and people grow apart or, whatever. Divorce happens in the world. But imagine now, you live in a small town, your kids go to school together, they're your neighbors, you share a property line. You're playing with fire. Plus, I don't want to touch anyone but Doug. I don't.
Oh, thank you. My body is a finely tuned machine, however.
What are you doing?
That's unwanted touching. I'll be back in a second. Unwanted touching.
So anyway, we are fascinated by it, but we're not going to do it.
Not going to do it. No, I just wonder. I'm more curious about the psychology of the people that do it. And how they don't get jealous, or how they do get jealous, or what would it take to make these crazy people jealous?
I can understand, and I can understand polyamory.
Oh, I can get that. But I can't. I can get if there was 8 wives or 7 husbands, whatever the situation was.
I would be sister wives. I would be sister wives.
You would be a good sister wife. Because you're a kind.
Well, but it's funny because I don't.
But I think Yeah.
I don't know. Like I wouldn't
I
want
can
to
understand that more than swinging.
Okay. So here's the thing. If you're talking about polygamy, I think it makes more sense to have more men and less women. But if you're talking about polyamory, I think it makes more sense to be
well, I don't know what
2 women and 1 man. But I mean, I think that the man has. I don't. For me, it's like, what are the possible benefits? Like if there's a man with 2 women and the women are multiplied what the man provides, in theory.
But it's you're thinking practically. You got to think like the heart wants what the heart wants, right?
No.
Or something.
Well, okay. First of all, I think practically, that's just how my brain works. And like any situation that's really annoying, I'll find a more efficient way to do it. And noise drives people crazy. But I don't think that you like intentionally get into a relationship with multiple people if you plan on building a life with someone. Like you,
yeah,
why?
No, that's true, very true.
Like why? Like I don't understand that like commitment of marriage or.
And I don't think you can be in a marriage and then like, as we are 10 years in, hey, let's get somebody else in this.
But that's what happens. That's what happens.
Yeah.
People are like, oh well, we're bored. Let's spice things up. I mean, kind of happened to you.
Well, that's the thing. But it comes down to the happiness. That's the turtle floating.
I mean, I guess everybody has to do what works for them. Jeff says, I would assume it's clearly established ground rules is a big thing in that community. Yes. That's what we are aware of. Donna says, sometimes people think with the wrong head. Ding, ding, ding. She's right. Every time.
Donna comes in and lays down the
wise words.
Confucius level.
That's
clarity.
the thing about Donna. Let me tell you about, remember we talked about my grandparents earlier, incest and, alcoholism. And we didn't talk about their wonderful habits, by the way. My grandfather was an amazing singer and he played guitar and he helped so many people through the AA program. My grandmother was like so creative. She could do anything. She was gorgeous. She had so much style. She could cook anything. She was awesome. Donna, my friend Donna right there. She will beat a motherfucker with a motherfucker or a hammer, whatever's, or a jar of peanut butter, whatever's closest. But she is the most compassionate person you will ever meet. She's the funniest person you will ever meet. And she drops real truths and she makes a hell of a calzone.
That's right.
And yeah, that's pretty much my whole thing.
She makes a lot of good stuff,
Donna. And Donna says, fuck them with that sort. Fuck them. All God will sort them all out. There you go. I have to agree with Donna on that one. Yeah, like who do I give a shit? People do you. I get my own damn problems.
Yeah.
Although it's so funny too, because like I'm always getting myself sucked into other people's shit and I want to help out, but I'm working on my boundaries. And by the way, this morning I did not read my book about boundaries because I had a migraine when I woke up. And it was tough because I had to set a boundary. My aunt wanted help with this insurance thing. And I had to say, I have a migraine. I'm going to be completely useless to you today. So she was
fairly useless. She ended up taking a nap in the afternoon. She was not doing well.
I did nothing all day. I drove Jen to work, came home, and I was in rough shape after that.
But guess what? Now, these people, our haters, have cheered you up.
They have, and also I'm on drugs.
Oh, so there's that.
I took cannabis oil at 10, and then again at 6 or 5:30, 5:36.
So it's lowering the boom.
Not a lot
right now.
It took a little bit. I've been trying to take as little as possible, but I did want to talk about something Donna had told me about, which is, oh, by the way, Donna, you and Jeff should be friends. You would love each other.
Oh, Jeff's the best.
Jeff's the best. He's from Massachusetts, but lives here in Florida, so you could have extra Florida friends. I wanted to talk about the Crisco Disco.
Oh, yeah.
So there's this place called the Crisco Disco, and it was in New York City. And Donna told me about how she went to a bar there. And at the Crisco Disco, and there was a guy in almost like a sex basket or a swing, and there was a thing of the whole.
That's a great name for a band.
And there's a thing of Crisco, and there was a dude fisting him
through the basket.
Yeah, that's the whole point. There's the hole on the bottom. It's like this. It's much like a flamingo float in the pool.
I'm out.
See, we could never have flamingo pool sex because you can't swim. You'd have to be able to swim, I think.
Well, there's the shallow end.
I don't know if it's that shallow, and I don't think my ass would stay, because I feel like you would have to be like, excuse me while I demonstrate, because I feel like you would have to be like, just stay still.
Okay.
I feel like you would have to be like,
like I'd have to be underwater like Jacques Cousteau.
Okay, can we just talk about the fact that I just did that?
Yeah, well, you couldn't really see.
I
Before.
just grabbed Doug from the bottom of the flamingo and thrust it at him. I haven't even had 5 margaritas. It's just what we're like. So anyway, that was the Crisco Disco, and if you Google it, you can find pictures of it. And there was a place called the Crisco Disco. So cool.
So, how much do they charge the guy that's getting fisted, or does he do it for fun?
I think he's doing it for fun.
That's what I'm trying to think. Is like, and how long's his shift? Because like, how long can you withstand?
So I think that you take turns.
You can't do an 8-hour shift.
Listen, I really want to know. Have any of you guys done any fisting? If you have, just message
anonymously.
Me. You could anonymously message us or just message us privately. We won't say your name. We just want to know about fisting. Like, what's that like?
I want to know about it.
I do.
I don't want to know anything about it.
Why? How? Who?
Why don't you have Google?
Do you get poo on your hand? No, I want to ask a real person. It's not the same thing as Googling.
Ask your friend from Peru.
I tried. He's too busy. It was a backdrop with a hole that they put their fists in. I was in shock. Another guy getting passed on while he touched himself. Oh, that's nice. It's a free for all. No one's working there. I just don't even know what to say. My life is
like
boring.
If I saw that ad,
I feel like
wanted, sit in basket.
I feel like I've had some interesting things to share.
For 8 hours a day.
I can't even.
I'm probably not going to.
I can't even have you in my ass for like more than a minute. Not that you've ever been in my ass for more than a minute. But
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if I read a job. Oh, I'm interested in the job. Oh, tell me about the job. Well, you sit in this basket while this guy uses.
It wasn't a job though. It wasn't a job. It was just people volunteering.
Oh, you could go there and
volunteer. These people volunteer to be fisted by strangers with Crisco at the Crisco Disco.
And there was no shortage of volunteers, I'm sure. This is messed up.
There you go. Yeah. So Donna said it's a free for all. No one's working there. Donna said pissed on. Oh, he gets pissed on. That would be fun. There was pissing that she talked about. There's like multiple vehicles.
Yeah. I think it's a drive-by.
Donna was 17 in a club. I want to see pictures of that back then. I've seen lots of things with groups of men peeing on one another. Is that a thing? Do any of our friends have any experience with peeing on other men or being peed on?
Wasn't that a show? Wasn't it a show? What show was that?
There was some sex show that we watched, and we were like, there was a group of guys peeing on each other.
It's a show.
No judgment. We're fascinated by what you do. We're curious people. We just want to know.
Just don't get peed on and wear your pee clothes.
We're curious about everything.
Don't get in my car with your pee clothes.
We're curious about everything. The thing
I'm
is,
not curious about everything.
I'm curious about everything. I'm curious about everything. What is going on in our neighborhood tonight?
No, it's alive. It's alive with them. It's all good stuff. All right.
Okay. So we're curious people. And it's 9:00. I don't know what else to say, but I do want to know about everything. The problem is there's certain things. I need my information in short bursts, which is, I realize.
Like TikTok. TikTok's perfect.
TikTok is great for me, but obviously a lot of people have this problem and our long form podcast may not work for them. But I like to think of us as like something you just like throw on while you're like doing laundry or whatever.
You never know what's going to happen. Like, was it last night? It started out a little slow and then got real good. Like tonight,
we do that a lot. We do that a lot because a lot of people don't get here till like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then it usually picks up. Maybe we start just doing a 9 o'clock show.
I think we should have Donna on every night.
I would love to have Donna on every night, but I think we start doing a 9 o'clock show and we just go for an hour. That would save us some money too. Donna says there was a room you had to climb into. My friend dove in there, and there was many gays going wild. I wanted to leave right away. And why didn't you, Donna? And I would like to know which friend it was. Is it a friend I know? And also, I don't know. Donna wanted to come down and go to a gay bar when Nolan first 21st birthday. How do you think Wes would do in a gay bar? Wes, do you want to go to a gay bar?
I've never been to a gay bar.
I want to take you to a gay bar.
I would have no problem being in a gay bar. I don't care.
He was my ride and he died.
I hope he gave you the ride and then died. I hope that
Well,
was.
I'm sorry that your friend died, and I hope he didn't die recently.
That's why she didn't leave, because it was her ride.
Donna, you need to do something energetically. I don't know what is going on, but there is too much death around you. You have lost too many people. I feel like, no, not that it's your fault. Obviously, it's not your fault.
I'm just kidding.
But I'm saying, like, I don't know, like, somebody sent Donna a crystal, some sage. She gotta clean that energy out, because she is such a good person. She's so thoughtful. She's so kind. She's so much fun. She doesn't deserve all of the loss that she's had. Not that anybody deserves loss, but like this poor woman, Jesus, she's so brave and she's so strong and she's so kind and she's so thoughtful. And I just love her to death. Also, I'm terrified of her. And if I ever go to prison, I'm going to be her bitch. It's been hundreds of gay bars. He died many years ago. One of the first to get AIDS. Not like it is today. Donna said, so sad. We actually talked about AIDS earlier in the episode. I said if I was a gay man today, I would require that any new partner got a test and showed it to me. And I would do the same because, yeah, you just can't trust this world.
Oh, there you have it.
And the number of AIDS cases is through the roof. I don't know why I wrote eat ass, but I wrote eat ass.
Well, there's that.
Oh, I also wrote something about, I had a few things I put in my panel. Okay. Do you have anything to say while I look this up?
No, but just come down and see Hotcake at the Fort Myers BMW, because I'll be selling like hotcakes.
This is a dumpster with a sign on it. Would you like to know what the sign on the dumpster says?
Stacy's room.
No eating ass behind the dumpster.
No eating ass behind the dumpster.
No eating ass behind the dumpster.
But in front of the dumpster, go wild. Because
I think you can do it in the dumpster. Oh, and then I would like to tell you that in order for you to be born, 4,094 people had to fuck in order for you to be born. That's how many people.
4,000. How did they figure that?
Your parents.
Yeah.
Your 4 grandparents.
Yeah.
Your 8 great grandparents. Your 16 second great grandparents. Your 32 third great grandparents. Your 64 fourth grandparents. Your 128 fifth grandparents. Your 256 sixth great grandparents. Your 512 great grandparents. 1,224 eighth grandparents. 2,048 ninth great grandparents. And for you to be born today, from 12 previous generations, you need a total of 4,094 ancestors over the last 400 years.
Never mind the fact that we're on a rock spinning in a complete void around a hot burning thing.
Think for a moment about how many struggles, how many battles, how much sadness and happiness and love. And so here I would say that a big thing people are talking about right now is like generational trauma. Or like generational traits that people are trying to break. And it's like, you're trying to break the problems of 4,000 people. It's really fucking, wow. You're meant to be here, every one of you, and you have a purpose. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fuck my purpose is. I thought it was to do this podcast, but I'm starting to question myself.
I have a purpose for you. A special purpose.
Settle down, Steve Martin. Joe says, Lisa and I went on New Year's Eve bar crawl in the 90s in downtown Providence. One of the stops in the bar crawl was a gay bar. We had such a good time that many of the people who brought tickets to the crawl ended up staying for the ball drop. We had a great time. That's so awesome. I love that. I could totally see Jeff at a gay bar just being like friends with everybody. You're like, oh, I'm straight, but you know, it's nice. You nice boys. Do you like to fish? I like to fish. I don't know if you guys want to shoot for Ding Darling this weekend. If you want to try again, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. It's been a rough.
Gotta be a spur of the moment.
Yeah, we kind of have
a game time decision.
We have to be a game time decision pretty much always. Yeah, we haven't really been making plans as of recent. Okay, so it's 9:10, and we talked about how many people have to fuck for us to be here.
That's actually pretty eye-opening. That is very good.
One thing that you for some reason in the notes on your contact on my phone, it says no Michaels has a weird switch back in time. You have an email. Everybody has a
what?
I don't know what it meant either. You want me to read it to you again?
No.
Okay. Anne says those words that everyone has a purpose need to be understood by you. You're here for a reason. I know that I'm here for a reason. I just said that. What I do not know is what the purpose is. Donna says gay bars are fun. Most bars are men with issues.
Douchebags with issues.
Most bars are men with issues. Like straight bar?
Straight bar, that's what he said.
normal bars. I don't know. I'm making air quotes in case you're...
and I'm drinking an Allagash light.
And she says most straight bars. I don't even know what to say about the Allagash of it all.
My friend Paul had sent me an item. For $100, you can go see Joan Osborne in
What
concert.
if God was one
She had
of
like
us,
a song,
just
in
to
like
sob like one of us.
but the ad said "Voice of a Generation." She was not even the voice for an 8-day span in the early mid '90s. Yeah, it was like she was erased by Ace of Base. How good can she be? Anyways, that's a pet peeve of mine. How can you milk? And I was telling him about our Atlanta Miles situation. You milk, like, she had that song. I can't think of another Joan Osborne song. I can't. I know Prince covered that song. That's saying something, but female voice of a generation? Nah, I don't think so. Anyways.
Okay. I do. Jeff says we're pretty spur of the moment too. I can't think of anything that we couldn't put off if you guys feel up for the trip. I will let you know. Let's shoot for it. It's just every day is like, I want my little friends up the street to come swim with me again and play with me, and I just haven't felt good enough to do anything. I haven't even been in the pool by myself, much less with small children. No. So it's been I've been in the pool for the podcast.
Yeah, just for this.
But like, I haven't been doing my swimming.
It's not that bad tonight.
I went to
done a podcast from the chair.
Okay, well, good for you. And so you're not even in the water.
Oh, I'm in the water.
Your butthole is a little cool.
My butthole in the flange that was
That's
trying
a nice
to go
feeling. Anne says those words that everyone has a purpose need to be understood by you. You're here for a reason. I want to be very clear about something. I know I'm here for a reason. I don't know what that reason is. I know why everyone's here. I know that I'm great. I know that I'm awesome. I know my flaws. I know my attributes. However, I think because I've been open about being suicidal due to my disease, that they think that I don't feel good about myself. That's not true. I don't want to suffer. I don't deserve to suffer. And at some point in time, I may decide that that's the route I want to go. And I wish it was legal. I wish there was medical support. And this idea that the reason that you don't, commit suicide when you suffer the chronic illness is because of everybody else. And quite frankly, I think it's really selfish that everybody else is more concerned about them wanting you in their life than owls wanting you in their life than they are about what you deal with every day. So I think that we should support people who are suffering. If they choose to not suffer anymore, we should have the same compassion for human beings that we have for our pets. And I absolutely have a purpose. Still haven't found it. Keep looking, and I will keep looking as long as I'm here. But if I decide one day that I'm not going to suffer anymore, that's okay. And if people want to call that selfish, that's okay too. But I have spent my life doing things for other people. Every day of my life, I'm helping other people. So if at some point in time I decide I don't want to suffer anymore, I'm okay with that. You guys can live with it. And I don't mean to sound like I'm calling you out or anything like that, but I wanted to answer your question more thoroughly and make sure, because I share a lot of personal information. I think sometimes it gets misconstrued, and it's probably my delivery. So I want to always try to clarify things if I can, if that makes any sense. I would not come at you. If I were going to come at you, I would call you and be like, girl, what the hell? But I don't generally do that with people. I'll tolerate them until they fucking unfriend me on Facebook, as we saw this week. Okay. And Todd says, your purpose in life is to be here to entertain me. Like a clown? Like I'm here to amuse you? Do you know what movie that's from?
Goodfellas. Oh,
yes.
Hello.
Were you just checking your phone?
Yes, because I had another thing. I didn't have any notes today, but I did put a couple things on my phone. Apparently, Costco is who we love and we talk about a lot. Costco is now selling, and I don't know if this is a new thing or if somebody just posted about it, a 27-pound bucket of mac and cheese with a 2-year shelf life of a low cost of $89.99.
Who needs that much mac and cheese?
Who doesn't need that much mac and cheese?
I know a lot of the places are doing like apocalypse food.
I don't think that's apocalypse food. That's just a lot of food.
Might be. When actually this was really clever. So you know how like a lot of people will stock up on dry goods or whatever?
Yes.
for like if there's like the end of the world or whatever. And I do think that you should have a certain supply of non-perishables on hand in case something happens. Unfortunately, we're not really those people. We eat mostly fresh stuff. In a perfect world, we would be growing our own food and doing all kinds of cool stuff, but here we are, just getting by and barely at that. But one of my friends was, instead of buying like the dehydrated food or like MREs or like any of the prepper kind of stuff, she just put in a really big order from Thrive, which is Thrive, not Thrive Cosmetics, Thrive or Cosmetics, Thrive Market. And so she ordered like stuff that their family eats anyway. So then they would have it, then they would eat it. If there wasn't some sort of emergency, she just kind of keeps rotating out. So she always had some in stock. So I thought that was good. And they got like all healthy organic stuff, which is, because like most people like, I mean, I think that, like one of the biggest things for me is watching like zombie apocalypse shows like The Walking Dead or whatever, is I'm like, oh my God, look at all the junk they're eating. How are they even alive? Like when they're like eating nothing but candy, and 28 days later, all there was soda and candy bars, soda and candy bars. I'm like, oh my God, I would die. Like I eat like oh my God, if I eat like a piece of bread, I'm a disaster for a week.
I can't remember last time I bought buns or bread. Like it has to have been a month ago.
Yeah,
I miss my toast.
You have your salt toast?
I do. I have salt rising bread in the freezer.
We need to check your blood pressure again. How's the pepper?
It's okay. I don't know. I felt a little better today. I felt a little calmer. So.
We need to work on your sleep. I think we need to tape your mouth because of the
She wants to tape my mouth shut.
He sleeps like this. Yeah. So here's the thing.
Maybe I have sleep apnea. You're going to kill me.
You for sure have apnea, but if you tape your mouth, it'll clear your nasal. I think you should do
I have a deviated septum.
Hear me out.
I have one nostril working at a time.
Just try it. I want you to try it for 1 week, where you do a neti pot before, not a neti pot, the sinus bomb before you go to bed, and you tape your mouth. And if you do not feel 100% better,
I'm not going to be able to sleep with my mouth shut. There's no way I'll be able to fall asleep. It's crazy. I know you're trying to help, but
do you understand why?
Yeah, I understand why.
Do you understand it's a sleep quality?
I do. I understand.
Do you understand that improving your sleep quality will improve your blood pressure?
Yes, I understand that. But falling asleep with a piece of tape over my mouth will be like.
So how about we give you Phenibut one night with the tape?
I'm telling you, it's my what I'm more worried about is my deviated septum, because I only have one working nostril at a time, and sometimes in between where one nostril is gonna like release over to the other one.
So if we can find research about people with deviated septums and mouth taping, would you
show me the science?
I will show you the science or the articles on the internet, because let's face it, there's as reliable as any science we have. Anne says, I have a 25-gallon tote filled with rices, pasta, beans, and some canned tomatoes and broth. I got to tell you something. If there's some sort of an apocalypse, I hope the neighbor down the street comes and shoots me for our food. I don't want to. We're not apocalypse survival kind of people. We'd be like, oh my God, the internet's out. We have no air conditioning. Paul Weil says, mouth wide shut.
He missed my diatribe about Joan Osborne. I used his content today. I'm not paying you, Paul. That's public domain. Not paying him.
Mouth taping. Go ahead, talk to Paul Wiles.
I don't need to talk to Paul.
It's so funny.
Paul every day.
When one of your friends messages, you always
get all excited.
Me off mid-sentence.
I get all excited.
Like, oh, so and so.
I don't have. Yeah, they're
maybe you should invite more of your friends to the podcast.
I invite them. They don't come.
Mouth
they've lives. Paul's too busy drinking his high-end New Hampshire microbrews. Playing tennis, traveling. He was in North Conway today. He got a Dairy Queen parfait with only 2 layers, and he was bitching about it. And I don't know how many layers, Paul. If you want to write in, tell us how many layers a peanut buster king or whatever the thing was. But he was complaining about the quality of food at a Dairy Queen, and I'm thinking, like, you get what you get, right? Because at Dairy Queen, this kid's making $4.30 an hour in New Hampshire. You might not be the connoisseur of fine ingestibles. Just saying. He already left. Paul's not right. He already left.
Wireless.
Oh.
What is the proper way of breathing?
Well, I was going to look up a video about mouth taping.
We can do that later. Let's do our gratitudes.
Okay, it's 9:20. Yes, let's do our gratitude.
Uh-oh.
Install underwater camera in pool.
You should see what's going on with this
That's only
white t-shirt situation.
That's
she's got
only
going
for
on.
OnlyFans. And yes, I am wearing a white tank top, and it is, as you can see here on my
And
upper arm type area.
Yeah.
It's quite see-through.
I am wearing trunks, as you'll see, Paul. I'm being a good boy. So my butthole is covered, even though my wife has tried to poke my butt with a pool thermometer, which is inverted, and make some sort of toy for her to torture me with.
I'm so much to be thankful for on each and every day today. I'm especially thankful for cannabis because I wouldn't have gotten through the day without it. I'm especially grateful that Doug made these amazing wraps for lunch today. He was the food king today.
Just saying.
Even though every morning he puts our supplements in our smoothies, and he forgot.
I forgot. So
he forgets every day.
Yeah.
And so he has to put them back in the blender, and it's always funny, but I feel bad. Did you put super seeds in mine?
Yeah.
So we've been doing the daily harvest smoothies for breakfast with a scoop of protein, a scoop of super seeds, a scoop of fermented berries or fruits, a scoop of fermented greens,
and
fruits,
beet powder,
and beet powder,
nitric or whatever.
We're getting all the good stuff. Yeah. In our bodies, and I pooped today, so life is good. So I'm thankful for pooping today. I'm thankful for my delightful smoothie and my lettuce wraps, and then we had the leftover. We told you guys about these yesterday. Organic stuffed broccoli chicken breasts from the refrigerator section at Costco. We had them 2 days in a row, and they're awesome with a little arugula and some Parmesan and some homemade salad dressing. How do you make the homemade salad dressing?
Vinaigrette, balsamic, and some olive oil, and some Italian spices, and some garlic, and some mustard, which is it's supposed to be Dijon mustard, but I didn't have any, so I just used regular mustard. But that's like emulsifies the oil and the vinegar together. So that's a key component, and yeah.
So we actually have a it's a salad dressing bottle. It's glass, and it says on the side of it like 50 salad dressing recipes. And so it'll say put this much of this, this much of this, this much of that, and that's what we put it in. So he makes salad dressing. I don't know once every couple weeks. You use a lot of dressing.
We do.
You use a lot of dressing. I use I don't know.
It's a guy thing.
A couple tablespoons, maybe. Doug's like, his is really soup. He likes.
Oh, and I made a little snack for you tonight.
Yeah, he made me celery and ranch, which was awesome.
And I had celery and blue cheese, which also was awesome. And I ate a bunch of vegetables today.
How many? Oh, well, it's good because he lied to you. He is a liar, pants on fire. So I came home from driving Jen in this morning. Are you coming back?
I'm coming back when I hit the wall.
Oh my God, he's crazy. I drove Jen into work this morning. I had a wicked migraine. And so I come home and, or I was getting ready to leave. So I had to grab myself a drink because Doug was in the bathroom. And so I went in the fridge and I see his green juice. Remember yesterday he was like, oh, I had a green juice. That was on Sunday. He was bragging about how he had a green juice on Sunday. I go in the refrigerator and here's the bottle of green juice. And there's literally this much missing.
I had a couple sips. And so I drank it down to about half. I'll have the rest tomorrow.
No, it's not a 3-day event.
I don't know. I'm just, you know what? Because I had already made my smoothie and I already put greens in the smoothie.
So you couldn't have drank the rest of that today? You couldn't have drank that? There's no way you could have done that?
I was too busy drinking my tureen of water.
And what did you eat today?
What did I eat? I ate lettuce wraps. Same.
How many fruit strips did you have?
I had one fruit strip.
2.
I had 1.
2.
I had 2. How do you know I had 2?
Because you got me the first one. You said, do you want a fruit strip? And I said, this is the flavor I like. Then you gave me a different flavor.
Yeah.
And then after lunch, you were walking out of your office. You got a fruit strip. And I said to you, you're not supposed to be eating all this processed crap.
All right. So maybe I had 2 fruit strips. Whatever.
So you could have drank your green juice.
I could. Oh, sure. I could have drank my green juice.
And you were liar, pants on fire.
I could have gotten a job at the BMW dealership and called myself hotcakes.
And you are a liar, pants on fire.
I was a pants on fire. I thought I had drank more than that, and then I looked and it wasn't very much. But
no, there was nothing missing. I was livid.
Was good,
so I'm being back to being grateful. So I'm grateful for that yummy food, and I'm probably going to want some yummy food or some dick or both after the podcast because I'm hungry and horny and yeah. I'm grateful that I was able to sleep today, at least because I felt like shit. And I'm grateful for the people that did come to the podcast tonight and always support us. And I'm always grateful for all the people that comment because it gives us something to bounce off of. I'm grateful that that I have a nice object with a flange in the pool to try to shove up Doug's butt.
That's great.
And I am grateful that tomorrow is a new day and hopefully I will feel better, get through a whole day of feeling good and being an adult and doing responsible things that I need to do. And then hopefully the next day I can play with my little friends up the street because I like doing that. It's fun. And then hopefully I can take a day to rest and then hang out with Lisa and Jeff. That's my idea. Anyway, I'm grateful for all of you guys. I love you. Bye. Doug?
She's going
What
for
are
a
you gonna say
swim.
you're thankful for?
I am thankful for many things. I am thankful for technology. I am thankful for having a project to work on. I was thankful for to hear from my friend Mark today, who's always good. I was thankful for my wife, who is trying to book me a trip to Massachusetts when I need to come up and things of that nature. So again, technology, so we can keep those pesky travel agents at bay. Thankful for the yummy food we had today. Thankful for our friends on the podcast. Thankful for that my wife felt good enough to come out and she got a rest and she listened to her body is what she did. And I'm also thankful for Wim Hof.
It fucking hurts to swim and I'm fucking upset about it.
It hurts her to swim and she's upset about it. So
Like
there you go.
literally everything, every joint in my body hurts when I swim.
All right, so we're gonna sign off. We're gonna see you guys tomorrow night. Maybe in the pool, maybe not. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Jonathan, what are you doing on the 4th? We will be here podcasting, Donna.
We'll be podcasting. There'll probably be some fireworks out here. I hope the owls can handle it.
We don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. She sit on
That's
and
it.
broadcast. Have a
So,
good night, guys.
see you tomorrow. Bye.